So happy and proud to introduce my friend and fellow batchmate, Abhishek Sekar, the IPS officer serving at Kinnaur district in Himachal Pradesh. He secured the All India rank 490. He is a 2016 graduate from Industrial Engineering. And so, hi Abhishek, thanks for your time and readily agreeing to shoot a video. How are you and how's work?
Yeah, hi Shweta. Thank you for this opportunity. And yeah, I'm excited to be joining this platform as a fellow alumni and also as a fellow batchmate of yours in this interview.
Thank you. So traveling down the memory lane, we know you've been quite active in most of the clubs in CEG. You've been the
Yeah.
president of the Student Association of CEG, and we have even worked as a team in the Kurukshetra events. So, which is your most favorite club and why?
As far as my experience is concerned, I would say my favorite club, of course, the Student Association would come first because I had the opportunity to be the president post a very exciting election. So yeah, that gave me a lot of opportunities to understand the students and the way the college administration works. But if you take the clubs, I took membership in many of the clubs, as many of the students do in their first year when they join. But I found the Leo Club to be very interesting, and because number one, because they were conducting regular activities, and I always had the spirit of volunteership in me. So I always like to do some activities one way or the other. I was also in the NSS during college. So the Leo Club the activities, and also Leo Club also introduced me to the pre-civil service coaching classes, which was conducted as part of the club. So added perks. So I was that was one of the clubs I was very active in throughout the college life. So I would say Leo Club was one of the best clubs where I've been a part of.
So, Leo Club has sown the seed to serve the nation, and an IPS officer sitting in front. Okay, that's nice. So, can you tell us about a memorable incident or something that you miss from our college times?
There are a lot of memories, of course. Some are shareable in a public platform, some are not shareable.
Okay.
So the election day when I got elected as the president, it was a very memorable day, if I remember, because I mean, it is not a proper election like how it happens in the top colleges in the country. It is more of an indirect election where the class representatives are made to go sit in a room, and then they make their electoral choice, and that's how the office bearers of students association elect. That day was very exciting because uh, there are six posts for the student association. So there's a president, lady president, I think vice president, a lady vice president, the general secretary, two general secretaries. So in that, I was the only one who got selected from my group. The rest five were from the opposite group, and there I just used my oratorical skills to convince the class representatives to get the votes. And post that, there was some excitement where I did not realize what an excitement, but my friends were more excited, and that was one of the memories. And one more very recollectible memory for me is when during our last year, final year, the Chennai floods, 2015 December, we had a lot of floods in the Chennai city, which is still in many of the memories of Chennai people. So during that time, as part of Students Association, we mobilized a lot of funds from our alumni, current students, faculty, and everybody, because our college campus is situated very close to the riverbank, the Adyar riverbank, and there are slum areas which were heavily affected. So as part of Students Association, we actually helped around 600 to 700 families that time with basic rehab kits, which we all collected. It was a 10-15 day process where we had to get, we did our own survey. We gave them tokens. We did door-to-door survey, and then we gave them rehab kit tokens. And then we organized the rehab kit distribution in the hostel, one of the hostel buildings, where we brought from Paris Corner, we got all the vessels and all major items, kits, where the alumni were very supportive. And that is one of the memories which I would be proud of as a CEG student, which we were able to do during that.
Okay, that's an inspiring story. And speaking of elections, no matter where they are, always they create a chaos and a lot of.
Yeah. And with student life, we have this extra adrenaline going on. So that was also there.
Okay. So, as an IPS officer, right now you do conduct a lot of capacity building sessions and awareness sessions for the people to shape the future youngsters. And so, what do you think can be done at CG to enhance the critical thinking abilities of our students, which is very essential for the 21st century?
Yeah. So when we speak about critical thinking, let it be the private sector or the government sector, for example, UPSC, they somehow or the other try to test your ability to think critically. So because when we say that the change is the only constant, one should be able to see what change can I make in an existing scenario or in a situation. So thinking critically is something indispensable for the 21st century, as you rightly said. So what can be done as part of college? Well, it starts with the classrooms. Classrooms should be made open-minded collaborative spaces, which means faculty, that is the professors, and the students should have an open-minded space where they can dispute, dissent, and challenge ideas, so that there is a more open space for discussions. Number one, classrooms. Number two, CG is unique in its own way because being a government college, there's a lot of freedom for the students. And it's a very student driven organization. If you take CG, for example, all the student activities are very student driven. The role of faculty is just in facilitating and guiding them. So clubs and departments should organize more of debate like events so that students get to know that it is okay to have differences. It is okay to have differences of opinion because we live in a world that is at its most polarized stage. Everybody is very opinionated. At the same time, everybody is also very stubborn with their opinions, which should not be the case. So thinking critically is about accepting the other point of view and trying to analyze that. And that will happen only when more debates like events, group discussion like events are kept, where students can develop the aptitude and attitude to face the world, which is a very lot of chaos and uncertainty exists outside the college campus. So they'll be very much in a very capable situation to handle if the campus is able to equip them with such skills.
Well said. That's insightful. Thank you. And okay, so we have the SEGAM 4.0. How important do you think are these alumni events and networking sessions?
Well, if you take, there's always this saying which we have heard as students and we keep hearing as alumni also. CEG is a brand. So yes, exactly. CEG is a brand because of its alumni network. No doubts in it. Because our alumni, for example, we have a small WhatsApp group of CEG public servants. So that is, it has many of the central All India service officers, the central government service officers. So this WhatsApp group how many of them know that the current chief secretary of Tamil Nadu is a CEG alumni? So that is how strong this alumni network is. I mean, we have about 170 plus members in that WhatsApp group. So imagine they're serving different parts of the country. So it is just the government sector and private sector. We already know that a lot of people are serving in different parts of the world and very high positions. Many have started their own companies and they are bringing laurels. So unless and otherwise this alumni network is capitalized, brand CG will just remain a name. So if that brand has to continue because we are one of the oldest engineering colleges in the country, and we have been able to sustain and progress only because of the alumni network. And so events like the CGAM are important because number one, it gives an opportunity for the alumni to come back to their college campuses, and number two, it gives an opportunity for the faculties and the students to make a connect with the alumni and see how much of an opportunity it would be for them to collaborate and help the students as well as the institution as a whole.
So with that said, we would like to invite you for our SEGAM event also. It's happening on Jan 3 and 4.
So it's something I would request all the alumni, my batchmates, my seniors, my juniors who have turned alumni. Everybody, please register and do take part in the event. And hopefully, I'll also try to come join the event. And it'll be an opportunity for everybody to catch up also, and also an opportunity where we can also have a say some analysis of how this institution can be strengthened for better contribution towards the nation and the society at large.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek. It was really nice connecting to you after a long time. To such a
Yeah,
great.
thank you. Thanks a lot, and all the best to you and your team for doing such a good work. And please convey my wishes to everybody.